Hello there, Bic Benedict here. We're playing Uncharted 2 on brutal difficulty. This is my guide and walkthrough. We're currently on chapter 17 of 26. It is entitled Mountaineering. So we, whoa, shit, I almost fell off right there, god damn it. By definition, we're going to be doing some climbing of mountains. It says mountaineering. So I do believe that we've all of a sudden, well, I mean, all of a sudden the guy was climbing fortresses in the last installment. No, but we're going to be doing some mountaineering. We're going to be doing a little bit of combat, but it's mostly it's story exposition and just swinging on ropes. I'm not sure why the game thought I needed that tutorial right there, but I think I died on crushing on this part here because I went down the ladder too quickly. Tenzin was, well, if you don't know who Tenzin is our guide. We're going to be following him around, that is. And so there isn't too much to talk about. I can narrate every twist and turn if you want me to. I'm just not sure. I think any parts that might be difficult, maybe if it's a difficult jump, if you need to time your jump in a certain way, but I think if you're playing on brutalize, I think you can handle it. There's some topics I wanted to mention too, because I just got a comment actually from somebody telling me that they had just got into Ninja Gaiden Black after 12 years of not playing it, and has the game really been around for 12 years? I don't, maybe it has. That's a damn long time. 12 years.
Those things bite, you know.
Just need a sip of water. But he was just, I don't want to read his whole comment, but he was basically, one of the reasons too is because when I put my phone too close to the computer, or it's either the computer or the microphone, you get a little bit of static, and it disrupts the video. You probably can't hear it unless you're wearing headphones, but I listen to all my videos on headphones. I upload my videos and then I watch them all just to make sure that there aren't any mistakes in them. It's just something that I've accustomed to doing. But the guy was mentioning to me that he had just got back into Ninja Gaiden Black, and he called himself a sloth, like with his reaction times. A little self-deprecating, if you ask me, but I'm sure he's I'm sure he's more than competent if he was able to beat the game. However, he just said that it was nice to see somebody who, quote, wasn't a super pro play the game, because it was a really helpful guide. And when I have to be honest with my ego, when he said it's nice to see somebody who's not a super pro, I did feel a little insulted, but of course he didn't mean anything bad about it. It's just my ego reacting. So yes, I because we want to be super pros, don't we? I mean, deep down, I think. But and then I brought up the Godfather Dictator, who is definitely a super pro. I didn't know if this person knew who he was, but I brought his name up, and I said, yeah, you need both sides. You need the people who are as good as the Godfather Dictator, who can defeat Master Ninja difficulty without taking any damage and not upgrading anything. And then you also need people who can kind of comfort you when you're playing a game, and show you that that it's possible to be able to do it without having to be an expert. And I think a lot of times when I'm struggling with the game, like if I was struggling with Ninja Gaiden Black, watching the Godfather Dictator, it just wouldn't help me, and it would actually discourage me from playing the game. And I don't mean anything bad about the Godfather Dictator. I'm subscribed to him. I love his content. I think he's just a masterful player. I've donated to his channel on many occasions, and I intend to do so more when I get more money, and when I'm have a little bit more financial freedom. I'm kind of I'm just working kind of hard right now. I do these videos at night because in the day I've got to do all my stuff with my dad. So that's why a lot of the times in the videos you might hear that I'm kind of tired. But I stick it in there and I want to do the videos because I love making videos. It's fun. I'm just out here to have fun. But you need both sides of the spectrum, and probably you need a middle type of a spectrum too. But I'm just saying, at the very least, it's nice to have those videos that you can watch and be really impressed by. Oh, this jump is horrible, by the way. I died on this a couple times. And then when the one time I swung the camera around just for the hell of it and see if I can get away with it, I got the jump. Go figure. But it is good to see those players who, when you watch them, you can kind of tell that, you know, they're better than you because they've played the game, they know what they're doing, but they're not experts, they're not super pros like this guy mentioned. And he actually, his comment gave me a lot of good fodder for a topic because personally, when I got back into gaming, I would watch the people that you know, that weren't experts, but they could get you through the game, and they could at least get you to a certain skill level where then you could watch other players that are a little bit better, and then you could watch other players that are a little bit better than that, and then you can just soar on the viewless wings of poesy. I'm just kidding. That's an ode to a Nightingale reference by Keats. It's my favorite poem of all time. I do call them poems. I used to have an English teacher who called them poems. Who the fuck calls them poems? Like even like archaically, is that how they used to say it? Poems, motherfucker. Poems? They're not called poems, bitch. They're called poems. Jesus Christ, man. My teacher, dude. But yeah. So then you can soar like it's just incredible. And I'm here just to show you that brutal is possible. I'm not a pro. You know, I was really impressed personally when I saw Mike Betancourt do Chapter 6. He tore that level up. Remember the war when I call myself John Rambo? He tore that chapter up. Like, he had every movement planned in his head, and it was impressive to watch him do that fight because like, he was throwing grenades left and right before enemies had even spawned. Like, he was right on top of everything. This guy was just masterful. And I'm thinking, whoa, shit, man. I can't do that. I can't do this. You know, so I just stuck it in there, and I actually watched, I don't even know their channel. It was just like a PlayStation channel. Like an official PlayStation channel where some dude was just playing. It was not non-commentated, and it was just this dude playing, and he wasn't. I could tell he was pretty damn good, but he was just showing like standard techniques that anybody could apply and do. You know, you didn't have to be so methodical like Mike Betancourt was. You know, nothing wrong about Mike either. You know, I may have said some bad things about him. The thing was that we had a misunderstanding in communication at first, and I apologized. And he may have blocked me. I'm not sure. I don't care anymore. Though I don't subscribe to his channel because I'm not interested. You know, I could search for his channel anytime I want to. You know, I don't have to be subscribed. These enemies here, I don't know what their names are. I'm sorry about that. They might be called the Departed. But I did want to have him grab me at one point. So if you see me kind of just running around, I'm running around on purpose. I'm trying to make him grab me. So I just wanted to show you that there is a quick time event sequence where he jumps on you, and then you press triangle and then square. They give you ample time to do it. You've got to give Naughty Dog credit for being so, like, how can you make a game like this? I mean, it is just... It's an absolute work of art. All of these games are. Even Uncharted 4 is. You know, one day when it gets remastered on the PS5 at 60 frames, I don't know why the PlayStation Pro can't, you know, handle it in 60 frames a second. But anyway, so it's just, you know, you guys, like I said, you don't have to do this difficulty. not. It's got like a 0.01% trophy completion rate or whatever. It's like a very, very tiny minority of people have done this difficulty. Because who the fuck wants to, you know? I do. I want to do it because I like challenging myself. It is not to see the trophy pop up at the end. That's just a formality. That's just a little piece of confirmation. You're going to see the trophy pop up at the end of this walkthrough and at the end of my walkthrough for U3, because I don't have them for some reason. I'm really upset about it, and if I don't get them, I'm also going to be upset too. Not because it's very important to me, just because the principle of the matter, I have not switched the difficulty at any time. I went through crushing to unlock brutal, because you know, I have this game digitally purchased, and this is a new place. It's a new hard drive in my PlayStation Pro. I don't have the one I used to, so I don't have the data. I had to redefeat the games. But I'm just going to be upset about the principle of the matter, because a lot of the times to be able to get the title card again for the videos, I have to restart the chapter if things don't look good, or you know, there's different variables where I would have to restart the chapter. You know, I have to restart the chapter. I have to change the character skin every time from Nathan Drake to Percoso. This guy, his name's Percoso for some reason. But that's about the sum and total of what I wanted to talk about. And regardless, that's the conclusion of the video. The next chapter is going to be like a Castlevania type of level. It's really interesting. I hope you found the conversation interesting, and I will see you in chapter 18. For chapter 18, or excuse me, for chapter 17, I'm out for now. And this is Big Benedict Productions. Take care.